Supplies you will need to create the capillaries effect are odorless thinners, Genesis heatset paint red and ultramarine blue, Anne's mini mop brush, 1/2 inch maxi mop brush, cosmetic wedges, paper towel and a mixing tray. Start by adding odorless thinners to your mixing tray. Using a small squirty bottle can help to avoid spilling your thinners. Then using your 1/2 inch maxi mop brush, apply a generous amount of red Genesis heatset paint onto the tip of your brush and mix into your thinners. By dipping your brush into thinners will help to gather more paint onto your brush. Using the same 1/2 inch maxi mop brush, gather a small amount of ultramarine blue onto your brush and mix into your thinners. The colour you're wanting to achieve is a dark blood red, and by adding in the blue helps to give it that deep rich colour. Add in the ultramarine blue a little at a time and slowly build the colour up. Too much blue will result in a bruised look. You're wanting your mix to be a thin watery consistency. Test this by wiping a line on paper towel to see your colour depth. Remix your paint and gently wipe off excess using the side of your tray. Make sure you have enough paint left still on your brush, as this is where you will gather your paint from using your mini mop brush. Using your dry mini mop brush, gently wipe it over your paint-filled 1/2 inch maxi mop brush and then gently dab the brush onto the vinyl. Always test your mix on the back of the head first before applying it to your doll's face. You don't want to have a really dark red mark on your baby's face, as this will be hard to blend and correct. As you can see, my paint mix is too thin and the paint is bleeding together into a big spot. There are also no little red lines, which is the effect you're wanting to achieve. To thicken up your paint mix, start by adding in more red paint using your 1/2 inch maxi mop brush. Then retest your colour on paper towel so you can see how close your colour thickness is compared to your first mix. Add in a little ultramarine blue at a time until you achieve a similar colour to your first mix, testing onto paper towel as you go. You want to have your mix thick enough to be able to hold paint lines on the vinyl once the thinners have dried. You will want to retest this again on a small area on the back of the head until you're happy with the paint thickness. Once you see the paint lines appear, you know you have the right paint thickness. You will then need to gently pounce over the paint lines with a cosmetic wedge to blend them into the vinyl. Only pounce a few times over the application, as too much pouncing will overblend the paint and the effect will not be seen. This is often how many babies end up too red. Always remix your paint to keep your colour consistency during each application. Your mini mop should always be kept dry, otherwise this will alter the overall effect and cause the paint to bleed together. You want to apply capillaries to the cheeks and just under the eyes, as well as on the forehead and chin. Capillaries are little blood vessels just under the skin, so you want them to be nice and random, but not all over the entire face. Slightly twisting the brush is a good way of keeping your lines varied. When applying capillaries to the face, the main areas are the front of the cheeks, forehead, corner of the nose, and just above one eyelid. Doing both eyelids may look unnatural. Try to work on the cheeks and forehead at the same time, as you will be able to see if they look natural. By doing one at a time may cause over application, and then matching is difficult. Gently apply a few lines to the side of the nose. As babies have fairly thin skin around the nose, capillaries are often seen here. Don't be afraid to gently go over a spot you have already applied paint to, as this will help the overall effect. But don't go over the entire face, as this application can be repeated between bakes until you're happy with the overall effect. Applying a few capillaries to the chin will help to bring more realism to your baby. Once you're happy with the location of your capillaries, you will need to gently blend them using your cosmetic wedge. Pounce over the application several times to remove any excess paint. Your capillaries should start to blend in with the overall skin colouring, but you should still see your little red lines. If you don't see your lines, simply repeat this process after you have baked your doll kit. You have now completed your capillary skin effect on your reborn baby doll. You will need to heat set the paint permanently by baking the doll kit in a convectional home oven at 130 degrees Celsius for around 9 minutes. Remember to wait until thinners have completely dried before baking. Place all your doll parts onto a cookie tray that is lined with a white, no pattern hand towel. All products used are available online at stillmomentsnursery.com.